What happened to Kentucky's southern neighbors Friday brings back a lot of memories of destruction and devastation.
And so just seeing that anguish and that angst and knowing that that's playing out, 10, 20, 100-fold in those areas, it's very surreal.
This resembles the disaster that we went through back in 22. And those states are really in a time of need right now.
Trailers are being filled up with everything from bottled water to baby diapers and boots on the ground. People are heading down for a variety of tasks from the state level.
They're down there managing food and water, those critical needs for those folks down there. But we also have a team of dispatchers, 911 dispatchers.
Kentucky Baptist Relief is another organization that is preparing to be deployed. They will be doing cleanup and recovery work, and they're going to learn more about their assignment on Tuesday morning. The Kentucky National Guard is also going down to help with search assignments. First responders are making plans to head down based on the need. Tennessee and North Carolina helped Kentucky in 2022, and now it's time to return the favor.
We're doing our very best to send any resource that we can.
So we just wanted to try to pay it back and pay it forward as much as we could.
Kentucky emergency management officials say some of the resources are on standby based on what other states are doing as well. Phil Pendleton, WKYT.